go to global, cause we got something to prove. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top to hold it down for our people, cause we all we got. This a cold, cold world, but we keeping it hot. What up, teacher on the line, ain't no time to stop. All work over here, still we having fun. Yeah, we say it like it is, ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Travell, yo, you number one. It started with a dream that turned into a vision. To educate the new generations is our mission. Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking. If it ain't about to change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top picks like we all up on the gram with it.
Fire, fire.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is.
She's gonna drop some gems with us today.
Yes. So we have none other than Miss Blair Durham from the Black brand. So Miss Durham, how was your weekend?
Oh man, very relaxing, enjoyable. Just trying to take in the last little bit of summer. Had a great weekend. How about you all?
My weekend was good. I did absolutely nothing this weekend. So it was good for me.
Sometimes that's good though, when you do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but you know,
Good.
but you know what though, honestly, I think the last couple of weekends I haven't done much.
Oh,
At least the last 2 weekends. I haven't done much. But either way,
yeah.
let's roll on. Let's go get it. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was good as well. I can't really remember what I did. Oh no, I worked Saturday. That's
that's-
probably why I can't remember. But yeah, it was a
Oh,
good
that's
weekend.
bad. That's bad.
Yeah, some of us have to do it. But other than that, it was a great weekend.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so Miss Blair, can I call you Miss Blair?
Absolutely. You can
Okay.
call me Blair.
Okay,
Okay.
Blair. Okay. Thank you. Can you introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners of Wait Again Minute podcast?
Absolutely. And thank you again so much for having me. I am Blair Durham, born and raised right here in Hampton Roads. Grew up in South
Okay.
Norfolk with Oscar Smith High School.
Oh man, sorry for you.
Well, we have redeemed ourselves over the years, at least from a football perspective.
Right, that's exactly what I was about to say, especially football. Yes.
Yep. I also went to Virginia Tech,
Okay.
a proud Hokie. And at Tech, I studied like psychology and Black studies and women's studies. And I think all of that is kind of gave me the background and the interest in starting Black Brand.
Okay.
And is our region's Black Chamber of Commerce. And we were founded in 2016. We focus on economics through entrepreneurship, just trying to narrow the wealth gap for the Black community.
Right. Okay. So tell us what your position is far as Black Brand.
Yeah, I am co-founder and president. So I like to call myself
Okay.
CEO, the chief crazy person, working
Everything wrapped in one.
to get it done, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so now give us a little information, like far as background on Black Brand. Like, how was it created, and why was it created?
Yeah. So the how, or we'll say, I mentioned kind of the work I did as a student at Virginia Tech.
Okay.
I knew then that I wanted to do something in the space of sociology, something for the Black community. I really didn't know what it was. I think I was disillusioned and probably a little bit too angry, wearing all black, had my fist up, pretty much useless, too conscious to really get anything done at that time.
Okay.
But I met my husband August of 2014, and he kind of had a similar passion. He was writing a lot of poetry, and we were starting as counselors at a local counseling agency. We met in education, and I think we knew then, like, wow, there's something powerful that can happen. And so we got married, and we immediately started organizing, started bringing people together, asking questions, trying to figure out what happened to the last Black Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
You guys probably remember a documentary series called Hidden Colors. Y'all remember that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Hidden Colors had a lot to do with why we got started. I think that fourth documentary was focusing on Black-owned businesses and economics. And we said, wow, I think that if we're going to do something, it's not going to be protesting. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to
Yeah.
have to get our hands dirty.
Boots on the ground.
Right.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I definitely understand that.
Yeah. So that was the why. I think we
Okay.
felt like if anything was going to change, it was going to have to be in the economic space, and the how like I said, we just started bringing people together. I remember, I think it was June 25th of 2016. We brought about 30 community leaders together.
Okay.
Over library. We had a couple of speakers, and I ended up putting forth like a strategic plan for Black Brand at that meeting. Just my ideas for like some things that could help create some synergy. And I mean, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it was throwing spaghetti at the wall for the first few years. Like,
Wow.
figure out what the community was really going to gravitate toward, trying to figure out what was going to stick, trying to figure out how we were going to get it funded. And yeah, I think just by putting one foot in front of the other, being willing to take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back, we've got it. But we're still really just getting started.
And especially, like what you just said with our people, if it's not kind of already, going on in a train, it's like we have a lot of train jumpers.
Right.
The train is already rolling, then it's like, okay, let me
Everybody want to jump on.
everybody want to jump on. But what I've learned is, and I know it's just, and I think it's just, I don't know if it's just me, but the way I think is, a lot of times when we don't know, we get like, a lot of us just shut down. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to be a part of that.
I think most people
think
do
so?
that. Yeah. When you don't know about something, you kind of stand back to watch to see how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Versus jumping on and saying, "Oh, okay, it's a good idea." Majority of the people will stand back to watch how it's gonna go. That's just like when we have events in Hampton Roads, how everybody say, "Oh, you know how Hampton Roads is. No one wants to go ahead on to get their tickets early. Everybody
that's
want to
true.
wait." It's the same thing. Everybody wants to sit back and wait to see. Let me see how it go, or to see who's gonna jump on. If a
Right.
certain person or a certain group of people jump on, then they're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna jump on now because
true. That's
such and
true.
such jumped on." You get what I'm saying? Not thinking about the whole plan, the whole strategy. She didn't laid out everything, and it's gonna benefit the community as a whole. But they want to see who else
Yeah.
is going to jump on.
Like, it's cool, but I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I mean, really, I feel like in our community, we have trust issues, but
Yes.
we have trust issues for a reason, right?
Right.
We have let each other down before. We
Yeah.
have failed when we tried to do things to help our people before. So, that was one thing we knew. We would have to be willing to wait, that we weren't going to just be accepted just because we decided to do something. We would have to prove ourselves. And so every day is a process of proving ourselves. Really.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. That's true. That's
So
absolutely true.
So now, when you guys created this, and I understand you guys have classes and stuff like that. My first question is, I want to know why Suffolk doesn't have
Okay.
what?
That's a question. No, it's a good question. So, and I'll just give you the real.
Okay.
It took us 4 years to build B-Force Accelerator, and that is that's our flagship program. So it is strategic planning, financial planning, and organization planning for Black business owners that also offers them technical assistance, meaning they get to work one-on-one with accountants, lawyers, marketing professionals, credit repair specialists, you name it, and they get all of this at no cost to them. So we were beating our head up against the wall trying to figure out, how do we get our business owners, our talent, to help other Black business owners. Like, how do we make that happen? Like,
Right.
beyond an event, like we could do
Mhm.
a workshop, a conference. Okay, cool. But like when
Mhm.
we talk about long-term help, like how do we pull
Yeah.
Right. That seemed like that would have been the tough one right there.
that? Because
Because a
really,
lot of people don't want to help.
yeah, because at the end of the day, people need to be incentivized if they're going to be giving up their time.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right.
That was the part that we didn't really think through. Like we thought they should be willing to volunteer and do it. That was for the first 3.5 years. We were like, okay, they need to do it for free.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait a minute. We could probably figure out how to pay these folks to do this. Like we could probably get this program funded. And that's kind of the light bulb that turned on around the end of 2020. We started having some major philanthropic organizations reach out to us to say, hey, we want to partner. How can we? And, if I'm being completely honest, it was working with the Rockefeller Foundation over the period of like 18 months
Okay.
gave me an understanding of how big this program could be, that it would benefit the community in two ways. Yes, Black business owners would get the help that they needed. That's one way it would benefit the community. As a result, they would create jobs and their businesses would be sustained and all that. But then the fact that we would be paying other Black business owners, that was like, oh my God. So now it's like a triple benefit. Like
Right.
this group of consultants, like 50 Black business owners that we pay, and we pay them well. Like we pay them $100 an hour to be able to then support our business community. And
Right.
so, yeah, it was. I mean, and now it's like Uber. You know what I mean? It's
It's running itself.
but well, I ain't gonna say it's quite running itself, but it's working, right?
It's working. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you said when you was going through school and all of this stuff, that's what made you want to do all of this. But is it just for new, or is it for existing business owners, or
Yeah.
both? Which one do you gear more towards? New businesses or existing business owners, or both?
Yes, and you just reminded me that I didn't answer Gam's question about why not Suffolk. So let me.
I was coming back. I was coming back too.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and answer Gail's question.
So I said all that to say, Rockefeller, they had a particular investment they were looking to make, and that was in. They said this funding is for Norfolk-based businesses. They either have to be, they have to live in Norfolk, or the business has to be located in Norfolk.
Understood.
So it's our task now to get the other cities to buy in. So we're in constant meetings with Portsmouth, with Chesapeake, with Newport News, etc., to get them to buy into the program. Because as I just mentioned, it's an expensive program, right? So we got to have some support from the municipalities, and then we can leverage their funding to get other funding from corporations to make it happen in other cities. It's coming. We're working on it.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to say about the businesses that we serve. So the program can, excuse me. All right.
Oh, you're fine.
It absolutely can serve new and existing businesses alike. Right now, our primary focus is businesses that have been in existence for 2 years, right? So for a lot of businesses that have been in existence for 2 years, they still brand new businesses.
Yeah.
They've had their paperwork for 2 years, but they've been doing it as a hobby. You know what I mean? Their revenue may not be enough to actually support their families. Like they're still a new business. They may still have not undergone the level of detail that we're going to take them through. You know what I mean? And going through the process. But right now, that is a requirement that they can at least show that they had their paperwork in place 2 years, and they can show us their financials. So whatever revenue they brought in, whatever their expenses were over those 2 years. And so the businesses that we serve, they run the gamut. We also require that their revenue be under $2 million. We've had people coming in at 1.9. You know what I mean? They right there, like they already qualify. But they recognize that by being a part of a cohort, by getting these additional resources, they can continue to grow.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, now my question is, with the B-Force program, what is it? Can you really break it down for our viewers and listeners as to what it entails, like, step by step, like what are they going to get, or
Right.
the actual program itself.
And the meaning behind the program.
She said the meaning behind the program. Did you forget already?
Yeah.
You did?
I,
So,
say the meaning.
Yeah, she said the meaning
I
behind
know
it.
how she started and the
Yeah.
why, but I'm saying like for people like myself that might want to join the program, why would I want to join the program? Like, how would it benefit? What would I get from it? What's the meaning for
Okay.
me to join the
I
program?
got you.
She got you.
So one of the things that we identified, and you guys know this, it's very difficult for Black business owners to access capital, right?
Right.
We
Yes.
get a loan for anything else. We can get a home loan, we can get a car loan, we can get a student loan. But when it comes time to try to get a business loan,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, we cannot get business loans.
Right.
Whether we know it or not, this is how our counterparts are scaling their businesses so quickly, right? They're accessing capital, and that's what's allowing them to grow their companies.
Right.
I feel like in our community, because we have not typically accessed capital, it's almost like it's just a bad word. Like, oh, we don't want any debt. Nope, we don't want to take a loan. We don't want to take a loan. But really, it's we can't get a loan. Therefore, we
That's
don't
right.
want a loan, right?
Mhm.
If a loan that's $100,000 for our business, we would probably take that if we knew we could get that,
Absolutely.
right? So the program, by virtue of these kind of like weekly workshops, we're helping you to develop your business plan. And then we're helping you to develop your 5-year pro forma financials. So what's a 5-year pro forma financials? That's all the revenue you expect to bring in and all the expenses you expect to have month after month for 5 years. This is what anybody that's going to loan you money wants to know, that you understand about your business. That they want to know you
Okay.
understand that thing inside and out. You understand your cash flow. You understand your customers. You understand how this thing could grow if they were to give you money, right?
Mhm.
So we're preparing you for that. At the same time, we're also, as I mentioned before, connecting you to specialized consultants. So, for example, in our most recent cohort, one of our participants needed immediate legal help. Like, she was literally being sued. Because she was able to connect with an attorney for free, she beat her case.
That's good.
Oh.
That's great.
That's major.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Other folks need new materials. They need a new logo. They need new websites. They need a new commercial. They need videography, right?
Mhm.
Excuse me. Something else you can access for free inside the program. Really, really dope. So as you are achieving the certain deliverables, meeting the benchmarks as far as that business plan and the 5-year pro formas, then we're connecting you to other consultants to get you some of those other things that you might need, whether it's marketing, credit repair, etc. So that's how it works. The goal is for you to be able to then take that business plan and go get that capital so you
Right.
can grow that business. We also offer grant opportunities inside the program as well. So we just, excuse me, ooh, we just offloaded, I want to say 24,000 in grants on last Tuesday to program participants as well. So that's another thing we're raising money for, is to be able
Right.
to support grants ourselves in addition to the capital sources we're connecting you to.
So, and this is a 12-week class, right? Okay. That's good because, it being that, like you said, coming from, with our backgrounds, a lot of us, we don't know a lot about financial literacy and stuff like that. So you guys are giving us the tools that we need to succeed. So, and if you don't take that, it's like, oh, like, why not hop on the opportunity to be able to
Right.
basically level up
Right.
and the correct way? Because I think, like, some business, everybody have a business, right? Everybody's an entrepreneur. But when you go behind the scenes, look at their paperwork, it doesn't add up. So I think by you guys giving them the tools that we need, it's, when it's time to come for investment, stuff like that, those people look at that stuff and they I guess they'll look at it and they'll take you serious. versus, you said, well, I've been in business for 8 years and
Right.
but okay, but you have been running it properly.
Right. And one of the other cool things that the program provides is a supportive community to do that in.
Okay.
You're in this 12-week cohort with like 30 other business owners. So
Okay.
we're providing kind of networking inside that cohort. We do a cash mob, we do a pop-up. Like we're encouraging the businesses to support one another as well. It makes it that much easier to get over that hump because
Mhm.
if we're being honest, we're doing work that we probably have never done for our businesses. Like we're used to doing
Right.
it today. Now we're talking about, okay, now we're going to work on our businesses while we're working in our businesses.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be tough, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you kind of need that community, that group of people that is standing there with you. Like we all doing this together.
Right.
So as far as I know, you say you know you go through everything. You basically polish up the background, the office work for the business, the foundation. What
Absolutely.
about? I hear a lot of people saying about business credit. Now that's something that I never could actually understand on how to get, because you see all these little things on social media where everyone's trying to teach you how to get your business credit, or you can do this, do that to get your business credit. But when you go to apply for credit with your business, whatever financial institution or loan place or whatever you do so, they want to know about
Personal
your
credit.
information, your credit, not your business.
Right.
So
And
do
that's
you
one of
teach
the
that
reasons.
as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of why we have credit repair specialists that work with B-Force, is because until your business is at a certain point, you can't really separate the two.
Mm.
I mean, you can get some trade lines and things like that. Of course, Uline and all that stuff helps. But when you're trying to go after serious money, unless
Mm-hmm.
your business is already established, they're going to check that personal credit as well.
Mm.
Right.
They're going to check
Right.
it.
Right. And that's why I was like, how do you do that? They go, oh, it's so easy. But then there's been a couple of times when I was looking at like, okay, let me get business capital, whatever. And actually at the time, the business I was doing the capital for, I had that business for years. But I haven't actually seen an actual financial institute or company outside of a bank that will actually say, okay, this is how we do your business capital. You can apply here. It's mostly a lot of them. I call them like advanced pay type companies
Payday loan type.
that be
Yeah,
coming
that's what
up
I call
saying
it.
business loans. And then when you go to click on it to look into it, they're talking about paying this and that every week and this. I'm like, that's not the loan that I was talking about. Like,
Right.
I don't
And if
know.
it looks like it's too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
let's go back to when you were saying about what was that word? You were talking about we were speaking about the classes,
Mm-hmm.
and I just lost my train of thought. I knew I was gonna do it.
You're getting old, girl. That's what you tell me. You're getting old, girl. Your mind going.
Pretty much, pretty much. But I forgot what I was about to say, but it'll come back. It'll come back to me. But in the meantime, while we're on this pause, let's do a commercial break right quick. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Gam with Way to Gam Minute Podcast. The hottest boutique in the 757 is none other than Blase Boutique, 325 High Street, Portsmouth, VA 23704. And if you can't make it in the store, of course they got a website, www.blahzayatl.com. Yeah, here we go again, www.blahzayatl.com. Hit them up today. And definitely, when you guys hit them up, let them know that Wait Again Minute sent you, and you get your percentage off.
I love
Now, I
it.
don't know what it's gonna be, so I'm not gonna say. So just hit them up and let them know that we sent you guys in there. But I know one of my other questions was, now being that you guys are doing that, have you found to have like great success in it when like far as I know you guys said that you have a community, right? But do they come back to you and say, hey, this, that, and the third has happened since I've taken this course?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think there are some immediate things that we're looking at as far as like increases in their revenue, increases in their staffing. We're also wanting to help folks get certified, whether it's SWAM or DVE certification. So those are things that we can look at right away. But then one of our commitments is we're with you for 18 months after the program. So we want to
Okay.
see long term that the things that we have taught you, that you've actually been able to implement them.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
we're not there yet, right? We haven't reached 18 months with any cohort, but with
Mhm.
just what we're tracking so far, I think businesses are they're improving. They're improving their capacity, and sometimes too, there's a language barrier around business. Like you mentioned, the
Mhm.
literacy component,
Right.
even just understanding um, their total addressable market, right?
Mhm.
In the terms we throw out all the time, we think people understand marketing. They really know who they're trying to reach and how to reach.
Mhm.
Oh man, we're realizing there are a lot of gaps. It's not just
Yeah.
that you want to reach Black women. Maybe it's you looking to reach Black single mothers. Maybe you're looking to reach Black single mothers with household incomes between X, Y, and Z. Okay, so what is the strategy for targeting that particular population? How many of those people actually even exist in Hampton Road? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
really honing in on who that target is and how to reach them. These are all things that make a huge difference in terms of a company's success long term. So,
Yeah.
yes, stay with us as we continue to measure.
Definitely. Cash mob. That's what it was. I knew I was gonna remember it. Can
Yeah.
you explain to us exactly what the cash mob is about and what you guys do with that?
Yeah, so a cash mob is a community event. Anybody could do a cash mob. I encourage people put together cash mobs, right? We
Okay.
say we're looking for 50 people to
Mhm.
come out and bring $20 and patronize a Black owned business. And that's all a cash mob is. We pick a date, we pick a block of hours on that particular date.
Mm-hmm.
We show up with our $20 and we patronize the establishment, whether it's a restaurant, ice cream, hair products, skin products, books, whatever it is. We're just showing up to practice group economics.
Right.
So that's something that we've instilled in our cohort as well. So with the most recent cohort, we cash mobbed People's Diabetic Clinic and Pharmacy. So it's only Black female owned pharmacy in Norfolk, right there on Church Street. She has a whole, basically like vitamin shop when you walk in there. So she's got all
Okay.
of that retail stuff in addition to what she does to support those with diabetes. She does vaccinations and boosters and anything else you would need.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's where we did our recent cash mob. People loved it. Of course, she loved it. She got exposure. Um, yeah, that's something that we look to do
Oh,
on
that's cool.
the course
And
of
and that's what I was about to say too though, far as exposure.
Mhm.
Like people who don't know about the establishment. So when you do the cash mob, then that means, they'll tell people too. So, it kind of it still helps the community because you're being, they're providing a service and you're
Right.
patronizing them. So
Right.
that's another good look that I've never even heard of. I have seen it with you guys because I've been following you guys for a while now. So I've seen that you guys do that cash mob, and I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
and got to get these cash mobs on. We did one recently at a Black owned business called Sunday Scoop. Delicious ice cream right there
Okay,
off of Centerville Road in Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. Okay.
Well, I don't know, 25, 30 people that came out, bought ice cream, bought their kids.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Hey, again, another way to support a Black owned business.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's dope. So as of right now, you're really only able to do the B Force and business able to join only in the city of Norfolk
Right.
in
At the
Virginia, right?
moment, I will say though, we've solidified some new partnerships. One is with Virginia Community Capital. So you can reach out to Virginia Community Capital, let them know you're interested in B Force Accelerator. They can then kind of connect you with us, right? So they've got some funding, and so they pushed it in our direction. That is not city specific. Um,
Okay.
So I would try it with VCC. Another one is VWIC. That's the Virginia Workforce Innovation and Entrepreneurship Center out of Hampton University. You guys probably heard they got a $17 million grant to focus on business development. They're one of our partners too. So they're sending folks through B-Force Accelerator. Again, not city specific. So another place to start.
Okay.
So if I say, hey, I already have a business in another city, and then I say I want to open up another location in Norfolk, would I be able to join the B-Force then?
I know, I'm telling you, when I'm telling you, people have been
Been
doing
trying it.
kinds of stuff to get into this program. I mean, they've been doing all kinds of stuff. If you can produce that Norfolk business license, then we're good with it.
Good. Okay. Gotcha. I need to fly on down to Norfolk.
Right.
Yeah, but I overall, I think it's a good program. And I know some people personally that have taken the B force and that are just like part of your community. And they all speak highly of you guys, and they all try to get everybody to join. So I think that is a testament as to
Right.
what you guys are doing, and it's not in vain. Like so.
And and on the flip side of that, like you're saying, that shows and that speaks volume about, your business and how you're running and operating. Because if you're saying people trying everything to try to get into your program,
I'm telling
then
you,
that's a good program.
Yeah.
And then that's going to help the city too, because now you get a lot of people trying to go to Norfolk to build the economy up in Norfolk,
Right.
even if it's just to get into your program.
It's still
That's
beneficial to
still
the,
dope. Yeah, right.
It's still beneficial
Yeah.
to the actual city.
Exactly.
Now, what is the ultimate goal for you guys in the next, I'll say, 5 years? What do you hope to be or have accomplished?
Thank you for that question. So, one of the major financial institutions is looking at B-Force and has really decided that it is the best practice for minority business development. And they are interested in expanding the program across their entire footprint. So you're about like 19
Wow.
states.
That's great.
That's really
good.
exciting, just because we know how desperately our community needs this conversation. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
A lot of our folks that come to the program, they're like, yo, we've been in business for X number of years. We've never been able to afford to work with a CPA. We've never been able to work with an attorney, right? So I would say more so our focus is around fine-tuning and expanding. We really, when I tell you we meet every week to kind of go over things, trying to figure out, okay, what do we need to tweak? What went well from the last cohort? What didn't go so well? What can we add? Like we're really trying to improve upon this program so that when we do go to copy and paste it, it actually makes sense and it can be easily duplicated in other markets. And the goal is just economic impact, right? So as I mentioned, it's a twofold impact. We're paying Black business owners, and those business owners are supporting other business owners. So
Right.
when we get to the point where we have that literacy, where we're just as well versed in business itself as we are in our passion, our hobby, the thing that makes us money, then the mission will have been accomplished. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right.
Very much so. Very much so. I also want to ask you, okay, now being that you guys are doing this right and you're talking to different financial institutions, when you're in talks with these guys, do you now honestly, like, I really need an honest answer. Do they try to come at you guys below the belt and say, we're gonna far as on the low end, and you guys have to kind of like counteract back and forth, or is it kind of when they come to you, it's kind of like an agreement that's already, a go for you guys? It's good on both ends.
It's interesting because with things being such as they are, we have something that they want. And really, we have something that they need. So we kind of have the upper hand in negotiation,
Okay.
which is crazy. It's
Mhm.
like probably unprecedented, right? um, and it's really a blessing. I feel like in terms of philanthropy, all of the corporate support, all of the government support is going toward minority business development right now.
Mm.
And I don't know how long our Black moment is going to last, but I'm just determined that while we have it,
Yeah.
we're going to get these coins and we're going to make this,
That's it.
Right.
you know what I mean? And we're
Yeah.
demonstrate, we're going to tell our story so well right now
Mhm.
that that causes the moment to last even longer, if that makes sense.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I see more and more people gravitating toward it.
Mm-hmm.
Those that didn't feel comfortable doing it on the first wave, they can still get in on the second wave. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it's about for us right now, is just making sure that we're capturing the content, that we're telling that story, that we're making the impact. Um, and that even though we are serving our community, it takes all hands on deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
All hands. These hands and these hands in order to make it work.
That's
Um,
it.
and you know, that's something different than what we had when we started. I think initially we felt like we have everything we need as a community and we can do it ourselves and we can use our own money. But the reality is we all pay Dominion every month.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. That's
That
true.
means that's our money. We all pay Cox every month. We all pay
Mhm.
overdraft fees to Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
These are our coins, and we should
Yeah.
be those coins to do what we're trying to do in our community.
Absolutely.
Right.
I do believe that there is power in numbers though. Like in,
Mhm.
you know, what you guys are doing, it's actually a movement.
It
And
is.
it, you know, and
It
it's
is.
to me, it's major. Like I know you guys probably think, you know, that you have some work to do and fine tuning because that's you guys' baby, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing everything. Um, but on the outside looking in, it's like it's the perfect, almost perfect group to be a part of
Right.
because
And
what
that's funny that you said that, Gail, because I
why
was sitting here thinking, like, how in the world, while she was talking, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, how in the world can I be a part of this?
yeah,
Like, I was
yeah,
really like thinking about, like, in the days, like, really trying to think, waiting
some
to
type
ask
of
her.
inclusion, right?
Right.
Because you'll be a butthead not to want to be a part
Right.
of such greatness.
Yeah.
Because you
Exactly.
know, like she said, you know, you might even want to get in on the first wave or on the second wave. Now you wait until the third and fourth. Now you just really dragging your
Yeah.
feet, and that's just who you are as a person and
Wow.
probably as a business owner.
Right.
Like that's just what it is,
Right.
you know. So, and we understand we're gonna have those, but for those who want to progress and realize that
Mhm.
you, like you said, both sides of the hand,
Mhm.
you know, have to put in that work in order to move forward. So
Exactly.
I just think that you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I like the name Black Brand.
Yeah.
Like that,
How did you
it
come up with that
commands
name?
attention.
How did you
That's
come up
so
with that name?
that you said that though, because um, so Black Brand is an acronym. It stands for Black Business Research and Analytics Networking and Development.
Mm.
And I remember when we sat down with the NAACP, um, right after we found it, they were like, "Yeah, y'all gonna need to change your name."
Mm.
Mm.
Like they
Okay.
just came out the gate. They were like, "This ain't gonna work."
Why?
And I was like, "Wow,
Because they stuck. That's
they don't
why.
believe in our name. They don't even believe in like what we're saying we are, what we're saying,
Right.
Right.
you know." And we decided not to change it ultimately.
Good.
Um, but yeah, no, it was one of those napkin, white napkin.
Okay.
Like it just it just came and decided to rock with it.
And yeah, well, it came, you decided to rock with it, and it's still holding. And
Mhm.
it's a force, like B force, like it all comes together. Like it, some people can sit back and try to put stuff together, but like sometimes it's just it is what it is, right? And I just think that it's gonna get bigger and it's gonna go beyond Hampton Roads.
Right.
So to be a part and just to, have knowledge of it, it's major. Like I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I think you said a mouthful.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Were you trying to throw a shot just then?
No.
Ah,
Because we are in a serious
No.
interview right now.
No.
But either way,
No, but I think you said a mouthful
yeah,
because it is. It's a lot.
it is.
And I think to want to be a part of it, and that was just so ironic that you said that as if you was reading my mind, because I was literally like sitting here. She was talking. I was just like this, like daydreaming almost, thinking about how in the world I'm gonna have to ask her. Then I was like, I'm not gonna put her on the spot and ask her now. I'm gonna wait till we get off.
oh,
Then
So
you
wow.
turned around and said it. So okay, I'm glad you threw it out there, Gam. So how could one be a part? Like, how could I be a part? Because I
Absolutely.
don't want to be that one dragging my feet, like Gam just said, waiting to the
Mhm.
third or fourth train go past.
Mhm.
And I already see how the engine is doing real good. That done went past.
It's gonna be
And
it's gonna
then
be
you got the
flying by then.
second train coming through. It's like, oh no, let me jump on.
Uh, so easy. You can visit our website, blackbrand.biz. The B-Force Accelerator application is open right now. We have a cohort that's going to start in a couple of weeks, our
Okay.
fall cohort. We are also a membership-based organization. So
Okay.
B-Force doesn't cost anything, but we have an annual membership as well. We do all kinds of events and programs throughout the year to support our members.
Mhm.
Um, so that information is on there. Also coming up is Black Diamond Weekend. That is our annual conference,
Right,
gala,
I saw that.
big old networking. We're taking over downtown Norfolk this year. November 10th through 12th. We have early bird registration open right now for Black Diamond Weekend. You're not going to want to miss that.
Yeah.
It's going to be dope.
Don't drag your feet on it, people.
Yeah.
Don't drag your feet on it. Okay, because when that train come back through, it's gonna be rolling.
It's gonna be full.
Might
Yeah.
be full, and it might be full. So,
Yeah, absolutely. So
Mhm.
now with this program, is it so far, is it just only certain businesses as far as like beauty, or like do you have media? I'm asking for myself, you
yeah,
know.
Throw it on out there, girl.
one of the things that we love, compared with some other programs in our area that have like a industry focus, we're
Okay.
industry agnostic. So
Oh, okay. Got you.
you can be in any industry and benefit from the program. And yes, we have had media professionals. We've had retail professionals, clothing folks. We've had um, commercial cleaners. We've had doulas. We have had accountants go through the program. I mean, you can get something out of it, even nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, daycares, hairstylists, barbers. I mean, you can get something out of it no matter what it is you do.
Right.
Mhm.
So basically, you guys um kind of help you basically
Right.
help everybody, and just like you said, like your hobby turning it into a business. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's actually good. I know I did sign up for, I came to one of your you guys had a before graduation. So and then we came after the graduation to the and just talking to different businesses that was there. And I thought that was neat and cool. And everybody was so forthcoming and,
Mhm.
giving you their information and answering questions that you may have. And that's, to me, that's good, because a lot of times you go places to these events and, everybody's there, but nobody really wants to come forth with any information or answer the question. They always say, well, email us or we'll get back to you.
Right.
But while we were there, I didn't see any of the attendees not just be forthcoming. And it wasn't like
Mhm.
force, you know. So I think you guys are choosing, however you do it, are putting the right people in play for the team members who are, who are now joining the team. So it's like
Good to hear.
you, yeah, like I thought it was good, and then everybody gave away, something. So in the way of you contacting them, and then they followed. I had 2 people follow up with me behind it.
Wow.
So that's good too, because sometimes it's like throwing your name in a hat and then they forget you and you forget them.
Right.
But
That's true.
yeah, so that was cool. And that's when I actually said something to you, because I had reached out to you prior to, and I was like, I emailed you and you didn't respond back. And you said, well, email me again. And I did just what you said. And you did what you said. So that goes back to what you were saying about we as a people. Sometimes we kind of, like, I don't know, because they lied before, but you actually were a woman of what you said. So I have to give you your kudos for that. Like, I really appreciate that, because you told me what to do and I did it, and you held your end of the bargain, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I mean, that really is the kind of environment that we're trying to foster, right? 'Cause we recognize that most of us didn't grow up in environments where we were sitting around a table talking about money or business.
Right.
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 I still remember to this day, my mom had a TV on the kitchen table.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. On
Oh,
the
yeah,
deep
my
freezer.
grandma used to have one on the kitchen table too.
We would sit down for dinner and she would pop that bad boy on.
Yeah.
And that was a conversation.
Yeah. That's it.
While our counterparts out here figuring out how they can pinky in the brain, take over the
Mhm.
world, make their next few dollars, So
Mhm.
Right.
we're just hopeful that that is what catches, that people feel, okay, we can talk about our business. We can be completely
Right.
transparent. We can say, this is what our cash flow was last month. This is what our cash
Mhm.
flow was last year. We're looking to grow that by 50%. And this is how we're going to do it. Like, let's go. Let's have these honest conversations.
That's
Yeah.
that's the reason for Wait a Damn Minute. Like, we about having those conversations, because I feel like if we don't have those conversations, we just keep sweeping stuff under the rug, and it's just gonna
Right.
keep, mounting up, and nothing. You can't move forward
Right.
if we don't sit down and have those necessary conversations. Like, what is so? I say it all the time. What is so hard? But then growing up, the way that some people grew up, I can understand. But at some point, you have to get with the times and be able to roll with what's going on. So you
Yes.
have to have those conversations. I don't know. But
Yes.
I wanted to ask you a question, right?
Okay.
Um, you're you have the B Force program, right? Now, is this something that you do like 4 times, or are you still doing the counseling thing, or like what's going on with Miss Blair? Like, this
Oh,
full
yeah.
time?
I am full-time president of Black.
Okay.
Like, that is my 9 to 5.
Oh
We
wow.
have 7 staff. We have about 55 independent contractors that work for the company.
Mm,
Um, yeah, it's my full-time baby.
full time, yeah. So now, being that this is your full time baby, right? If someone, far as words of encouragement, that's what the lines I want you to think about. If they were thinking about doing something, doing a business, right? What type of encouragement will you give them if they're saying, "Well, I don't know if I should quit my job," or, or
Like,
if it's time?
can I be honest?
Yes, very much so.
I would not tell anyone to do what I did.
Okay.
Why is that?
And what did you do? Matter of fact.
I left my job. I left my job before Black Brand was producing any revenue at all.
Oh.
Okay.
I went 4 years without any pay whatsoever.
Mm,
I would not tell anyone to do that.
right.
So why did you take that step? Why did you do
I'm a little bit crazy.
it?
I'm a little bit crazy. Like I was just willing to take that chance, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
It would be devastating. You got a family. I mean, and then I had the nerve to have 2 babies after that.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It was devastating.
that was stress.
And you know, you Tyler Perry, living in the car, the whole 9 yards. It is possible, but that does not mean it is likely. You might fail,
Right. That's right.
Right.
and you have to be okay with that every day. Like, yes, I'm gonna give it 200%. Yes, I
Mhm.
might fail.
Mhm.
I would say if you have a good job and you're getting paid what you should be getting paid, and you have a modicum of peace and happiness, work that job until you can bring in just as much with your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Figure that out, tough it out, and figure it out, and humble yourself.
yeah.
Be
Mhm.
able to stay there even though you got this brilliant idea. That's what I
That's
would.
that's true. And I actually received that. And I actually agree with you because some people, even though some people have, excuse me, what I call like that crazy faith, just like
Mhm.
how you said, I'm gonna jump out there, I'm gonna do this. But some of us don't. We say we have that faith, but when we face adversity, it's like, oh, it's like, it can deter you from
That's
pushing forward.
mhm,
So you're exactly right. You have to be okay with either way it goes.
correct.
But yeah, so
No
and
guarantee,
you yeah,
no guarantee of success.
that's that's true. And you hear a lot of people say, well, just like you referenced Tyler Perry, I was in a car and everybody isn't built for that no. Everybody isn't built for that slap. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
it I think that sometimes through a no though, it may build character though.
Yeah.
yeah,
So it may not be all a bad thing, and if you may not succeed as you thought you should then, but overall I think you just I think overall everybody's not cut out for it
Cut out
to be an
for
entrepreneur.
entrepreneur. Right. I agree with you on that.
I was
I
going to
agree.
chime in really quickly because you
Go
hit on
ahead.
something critical, and that is rejection.
Hmm.
Mhm.
If you plan on being an entrepreneur, you need some type of sales training. Like,
Okay.
and I would recommend network marketing because if you can figure out how to sell something in a network marketing environment,
Hmm.
then you could probably sell anything.
Mm.
Network marketing is by far the most difficult thing to do. I mean, by far. I don't care whether you do insurance, Amway,
Right.
or Five Links. It's incredibly difficult, but it teaches you how to have that rhinoceros thick skin.
Hmm.
It teaches you how to handle rejection. Period.
Yeah.
Like, how many people do you know that are gonna call 100 people in order to get one yes?
Phew. Not too many,
How
and
many
I'm
people
one of them.
won't do that?
Yeah.
But by the time you do that, it's not even about the sell anymore. It's about the person that you became in the
Hmm.
process of,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
because you
saying? Like that's
right.
what it's about. And so I would say, now I'm gonna retract what I said before. If you don't quit, you will succeed.
Consistency.
You keep
Yeah.
that thing going through whatever, you will absolutely succeed. But the challenge is gonna be not to quit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
even though you may have those times where you're like frustrated and you want to quit, because I think we all
Yeah.
go through those times. But again, if
Yeah.
it's meant for you, it just builds, who you are becoming, you know.
Mhm.
So I think that
Building you up for the next level, you think?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because, a lot of people, I don't a lot of people now, nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to do, be an entrepreneur. So they're, everybody, and they think because you're an entrepreneur, you shouldn't work. And I'm like, y'all have it twisted. How you think you gonna have a business and you don't work, you ride around all day? Like, I don't understand. I don't
Yeah, I
understand
think
it.
that's the misconception a lot of people have. They thinking like, oh, you're an entrepreneur, you're not working. So when you say, oh, I had to go to work, why you had to go to work? It's your business. Well, that's the reason why I had to go to work.
Right.
If I don't go to work for my own business, but I can go to work for someone else's business, that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I go to work for my own?
You gonna put in
Yeah,
hours working for your own than you ever did punching anybody.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the part that a lot of people don't realize, I don't think actually takes place.
Okay, Miss Blair, being that you have Black brand and I'm sure that it's a lot that goes into it. What do you do to like to
Next.
relax, just to like chill
Let me tell you something. I love to be outside.
outside?
Like
Okay.
100 shades darker this year than I've ever been because I spent all the time outside. I love any kind of boat. I don't care whether it's a kayak, a canoe, a pontoon, a ferry. I
Oh,
just
wow.
want to be
On
on
the
a boat.
water. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like a boat too, except for
A
canoe.
kayak. Definitely not a kayak. Definitely not a kayak.
No.
But
The part-
yeah. But I get, with a kayak, you have to put in that work. See, you have to be honest with you. Like you have to know who you are. See, I'm not that type.
It's not even the word for me. It's too low to the water. It's a little too close. I need to be up a little bit from the water. Then we can go.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what I do know is that for a lot of people, the water gives them a sense of peace,
Yeah.
right? It is very calming, but at the same time, it's very dangerous because you can't drink all that water, right?
Nope.
But it gives you a sense of peace. And I can speak for me, a lot of times when I feel certain type of way or whatever, I'll think about water, even go to the water like in my area and just sit and just think. And it allows your mind to like open up and just be free for a couple of minutes
Yeah.
of whatever it is, you actually going through.
Mhm.
So Black brand. Um, I know you say you have a family, so is your husband in on it too?
So not in terms of the day-to-day aspect,
Okay.
but he is a co-founder.
Okay. So this is okay. So how does that work? I know you say he doesn't do day to day, but he's still a co-founder in addition to you. So how does that work far as um, you know, trying to separate the two, or can you separate the two?
Ooh, that's a deep question. We don't always see eye to eye, you know,
Right.
kind of more of the extremist when it comes to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm more of the I want to get it done.
Okay.
I don't want to be on the philosophical end, and I don't want to, you know what I mean? I want to be
Mm-hmm.
on the doing path. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
Okay.
and with that, it's like I know what reality is. The reality is
Mhm.
all of these dollars got white faces on them. Ain't
That's
no
true.
black money for real, for real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's more on the we need it. I'm like, okay, bro, that ain't real. That ain't gonna happen. That's
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our divide, and we have to be very careful because you know you know how it is when you're passionate about
Hmm.
something.
Yeah.
You can
Oh
tear
yeah.
down just trying to like argue a point, right? And
That's
Mhm.
it. That's
Yep.
it.
that part is where it's like you know because you can take some of that stuff personally. If somebody disagrees
Mm-hmm.
Right.
that you really so it's
Yeah.
it's tough. I think we've gotten to a place, and I kind of just had to tell him, hey, look, I don't want to talk about this no more.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we should not talk about it. I think it might be better for us if we don't even talk about it.
Oh, I'm there. I definitely understand. I definitely understand, especially when you say when you're passionate about it, because you expect other people to, you
Had the
know,
same
yeah.
passion.
I wouldn't say have the same passion, but I think they should just have a little more I'm not even gonna say
No,
cursing because I
you
don't
want somebody
think.
that had the same passion.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't. But what I do want is people to take it serious and think enough of it to walk a different way or say something different.
And
That's the
That
that's
way.
same passion.
it. That's it right there. Because I think there's
Yeah.
a fine line between like influence and manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Fine line.
Yeah.
Like if what I say causes you to do something, then that's cool. But if I'm saying it because I'm trying to cause you to do something, then die. Like we
Yeah.
not, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't have to do it.
Right. That's right.
And I can still love you. Like,
Yeah, that's absolutely. 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 Well, I have enjoyed our conversation. I have learned so much more about Black brand.
Me too.
Let's go get it. What did you take away from today? Why I keep looking to the right of me?
because she on your
Because I'm
right.
I
sitting to
know,
your
but it
right.
seems like I should be. I'm trying to learn how to look,
At the camera
yeah, the
directly in front
camera
of you.
right, but for some reason I just keep. I'm probably have a crank in my neck or something. But go ahead.
You look crazy. What I took away from today talking to Blair, one, I learned a little bit more about Black brand. Of course, I've heard of Black brand and B Force, and I as well as yourself attended the last graduation, the reception.
Before that, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, well, no, not the last one, but the
One before
one,
that.
yeah, before that. Um, and it was really interesting to me, but I couldn't quite understand exactly what was going on.
Yeah.
Although everyone that had graduated that day that we knew, they was telling us the only thing they kept saying was, "You need to join, you need to join." I'm like, but why?
Right.
You know, but why? What are you doing? But now I have a little more understanding, and I'm really interested in wanting to jump on that train on the second go round, and trying to figure out how I'm gonna get that beat force in Norfolk. So I took away a lot, and I also took away that I know I need to be talking to Miss Blair after the show for more information. I took that away too because I got that in my mental note. I need to talk with her, but I think it's going to help a lot, and it already has helped a lot. And everyone that I know that participated in her program, they're really excited, and they said they really learned a lot. And I'm excited for them and what they get ready to start, or if they haven't already like excelled in what they're doing. But just to learn more about something that I have heard everyone talking about for the last probably almost a year, if not a year. It's like, wow,
It's
this
definitely
is what they're,
it definitely has
this
a
is what they've
buzz.
been
Yeah.
talking about. Okay, I need to learn more, and I need to be a part. So it's making me, long story short, it's making me really want to be a part and really get involved and jump on that train before it's full. Make my little space in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
What
I enjoyed it.
what I took away from it was one, like I was just saying while you were talking, it does have a buzz. Like
Yeah. Mhm.
the name alone gets me. It sounds, like it has a richness there. And I
Yes.
think with that and everything aligning together, it is rich. It's
Yeah.
more than money
Black luxury.
can Black excellence. More than money can actually buy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys are doing this program, you're actually pouring into the community.
Exactly.
So, you know, you're basically fertilizing the seeds that they have planted.
Mhm.
So that's
Go on, girl.
good.
Listen at
That's
you.
good ground. Like that's major.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be a part of it, I can't understand why. But I know for me, just getting the knowledge that I have on today, um, it just makes me want to learn even more about it and join as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I took away from today. So Miss Blair, how can people reach you, like far as on social media?
About Black Brand, definitely invite you to visit our website at blackbrand.biz, BLACKBRAND.BIZ.
See, now this is what you call a true entrepreneur. She's
Right.
juggling home life and business at the same time.
It's what you call embarrassing. But yeah, so our website is the primary source of information. Definitely our Facebook page as well. We do a lot of posting on Facebook at Black Brand Biz, our Instagram, Black Brand Biz. We're very active on LinkedIn too.
Okay.
And then I would also say to reach out to me personally. Email me, Blair at blackbrand.biz. I'm happy to meet with folks one-on-one to talk about our programs. You can follow me personally on Facebook, Blair Durham. And yeah, can I share my phone number as well?
Yes, you can.
757-288-7400.
And that's the first right there.
Is that a first? Yep.
That's
Yeah.
the first.
I'm available by email. I mean, that's part of our mission is kind of forget about all the barriers. Let's just
Right.
get
Right.
directly to what we're trying to get to. So I
Right.
try to embody that. Sometimes it gets on my folks' nerves a little bit too accessible,
Yeah.
but I just try to leave no stone unturned.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. So, like I said, we have enjoyed our conversation, but we ask all of our guests how their time has been since they've been on Wait Again a Minute podcast. And so you're up next.
What a blessing, first of all. I just sense you all's genuineness. And so I appreciate the opportunity to share on the podcast. I've really had a great time and enjoyed talking with you all. Y'all feel like my sister girls.
That's right.
Yes.
So I hope that that there's been some value, because certainly I've enjoyed my time quite a bit.
Definitely,
We
definitely.
enjoyed you. But I just want to say in reference to what you just said about when Gam said this is you showing being an entrepreneur and balancing home. You said it's embarrassment. But no, actually it's kind of helpful because you're gonna have someone out there that's gonna say, well, I want to do this and that and the third, but I can't because I got the kids, I got the house, I got my husband, I got, whoever. And now they can see, like, wait a minute, hold up. She's doing an interview. She's running a successful business where she's training other entrepreneurs, and she's maintaining, and she has her son sitting in the lap while she's doing an interview. She's talking to her other kid on the other side,
Yeah.
as well as talking to them. So it kind of helps, you
I had
know,
poster
because it's
child.
realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you had done anything with us before the pandemic, I probably had one baby strapped to me and the other one right next to me.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It was a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely love the conversation because in the authentic this
Yeah.
yeah, I
This is
always
tongue
miss something that
twister.
it is that
Yeah.
word. But again, to hone in on what Miss Go Getter said, it just allow others to see that they can do it too. No matter what you have going on, you can get it done if that's what you want to do. Put in the
Right.
work and get it done.
It can
So
be
with,
done.
so with that being said, Miss Blair, we have enjoyed our conversation. We look forward to seeing you and talking with you again. So when you see us out, don't act as if you don't know your sister girls now, because we're gonna let you know. We're gonna pull your coattail and be like, hey, we know who
yes,
you
we had a whole moment together. Don't
are.
act like
Right. Absolutely, absolutely. So with that being said, Miss Goga, do you have anything further?
That's it.
Miss Blair, you have anything further?
I am good. Again, I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
We thank you for that time. So with that being said, good night.
Good night.